Hello YouTube, welcome back to another video. Just a quick pickups video. Actually this video should have been filmed 2 weeks ago, but unfortunately I've been so busy I really haven't had the time, so my apologies for that. To keep a long story short, I went to the London Retro Gaming Market. It's the first market that I've ever been to, so I was really looking forward to going. I know they've got quite a few up north, the main ones being in Doncaster and Leeds, the two main events. Two big ones. The one in London was going to be small. It's just 2 function rooms and a hotel. It's in Russell Square. The name of the hotel, I think it was called the Grand National, the Royal Grand National. I can't remember. Parents obviously live in London, so it's near from where to where they are. I mean, for me, it was just a case of jumping on an 18 bus from where they live down to Euston, and then from Euston, it's just a 5-minute walk to the hotel itself. The market itself wasn't as good as I thought it would be. I was hoping. I mean, I've seen previous videos on previous markets in London, so I was sort of hoping it would get better and better over time, but it's pretty much the same. Nothing's changed. So it wasn't as good as I thought it would be. I still managed to get some items, but again, but it's nothing special. Just items that I owned back in the day that I sold on, and just wanted to get back into the collection. But of course, for me, the highlight, meeting up with the YouTubers. Fantastic. Sorry about that. I don't know if you can see there in the background, Apollo. I've got an old CRT telly that I use from time to time. It's always it's there anyway. But got an angry bird over there. I don't know if you can see it. And there's a drone behind it, so he nearly knocked him over. But I'm hoping he'll stay there. It's peaceful there. You right there, Apollo? Apollo. He's fast asleep. Anyway, I'm hoping he stays. God, he's such a handful. Anyway, YouTubers, meet up. Without a doubt, the highlight of today. Fantastic meeting up with fellow YouTubers. There was Craig's here again, Dal, Retro Godfather, Gashead Steve, Champion 2D Rob, and Scott, Sega Saturn Lad. So it was great hanging out with you guys. Fantastic day it was. As I said, the market itself wasn't all that, but it's just the meet up and hanging out with you guys for the best part of the day was awesome. Hope do it again next time. I know the next one in London, the first market is in March next year, obviously 2017. So I'm definitely going to that one. I've already booked my flight, and then I'm also planning to go to Blackpool again in July. It's taking place in July next year. The daughter's been with me a couple of times, so she obviously wants to go again, and the wife is coming along this time, so something to look forward to. So yeah, but back to the market itself. Also, I did. I just went for the weekend. I went on the Thursday night and came back on a Tuesday. So on the Friday, it was pissing down with rain in London all day. It was a miserable day. Just couldn't be bothered to go out. So I just stayed at home with parents, and my brother also lives there. He's got an Xbox One, and so I played some games. So I had good time there. Then the Saturday I just went up and down Oxford Street and Bayswater. I've got a Bayswater's more near to us. There's a computer exchange there, and then I went to the computer exchange in Oxford Street. There's a side street called Rathbone Place. It's where computer exchange began, so it's where they started. So yeah, they did have one in Tottenham Court Road, but I think that one's closed. I didn't even go there to check if it was still there. But yeah, so I did. Besides the market itself, I did go up and down Oxford Street and Bayswater, checking out game shops there. So yes, on the Saturday. My daughter, she wanted a particular game on the PS4. I went down to Oxford Street. I did go to the one in Bayswater, but there was nothing there. She wanted a game on the PS4, and that is Gear 5. I'm sorry about the glare there, I don't know if you can see that. It is boxed and complete and does come with a manual. So she was really chuffed for that. She loves the series, and she's a big RPG fanatic, especially Japanese RPGs. That I think that was 30 or £32. Can't remember. But yeah, but it's in great condition. What else did I just picked up for the PS3 Assassin's Creed Revelations. That was just £1. I know over here it's about €20. And this is the special edition, comes with 2 discs, and it also comes with the original. He's on the move again. Oh God. Comes with the original Assassin's Creed and also a soundtrack. So £1. I think £1 or £2. And it's in great condition, so really pleased with that. I do like the Assassin's Creed games. So that's all I got on the Saturday. Got a few other bits and bobs for, obviously for them, for the wife and daughter, but nothing gaming related. So yeah, and then on the Sunday obviously we went to the market. As I mentioned before, I just getting games that I wanted to get back into the collection that I owned back in the day, sold on. So I picked up two. Firstly, I picked up 2 Super Nintendo games, just loose carts. One that I owned back in the day, as I just mentioned, as I keep mentioning, and that is the Addams Family. It's in lovely condition, no yellowing at all to the cartridge, and that was just £8. Sorry about the glare there. I did have this back in the day, really enjoyed it, so I thought why not get it back into the collection. Another one is Bob, and that was £7. Again, nice condition, no yellowing to the cart. I didn't even haggle. I should have, but I didn't even haggle. Now this one I did try to haggle, but he wasn't going for it. And it's an NES game. I was hoping to look out for Aliens, Super Alessi, what else? Street Racer. What other game did I? There was another game. I don't know if it was. I think it was Castlevania 4. They did have a boxed one, but it was in rough condition, and he wanted £40 for it, but so I wasn't having it. And there was a couple of NES games I was looking out for. This one, I was also looking out for Gunsmoke, Jackal, but they weren't there. But this was there. It was £10. I asked if you'd take 8. He said no, so I thought fair enough. I left it, went around a couple of times, went back to this game, and I thought, tell you what, I'm going to get it. And that is, for £10, Russian Attack, which is basically Green Beret. Sorry about that. Not Apollo this time, but the camera, the battery ran out. Yes, as I was saying, Russian Attack, Green Beret. I was hoping to, I would have preferred to get the Japanese only, but it's not on card apparently. It's on disc only. You can get bootlegs and reproduction copies on the cart, but I wasn't having that. So, and I did own this back in the day, so I figured why not. Did try to knock off £2, but he wasn't having it. So for £10, great to have this back in the collection. The next game is a PS2 game. I had this on the Xbox back in the day, but as you'll see from the game itself, there can't be that much difference to the Xbox and the PS2 version, and that is Atari Anthology. I was at one point thinking of getting one of these Atari flashbacks. The latest one's on 7, which has 100 games, and that goes for about £40. For £6, PS2 version, it's boxed complete, lovely condition. Figured why not? 85 games, 18 classic arcade games, and 67 Atari 2600 games. Sorry about the glare. As I said, there can't be much difference between the Xbox and the PS2 version. I mean, they're all Atari games, so pleased to finally have that in the collection. Now, next is a GameCube game. Never owned this back in the day, but I've always wanted to get it. And that is Star Wars Rogue Leader, Rogue Squadron 2. Always wanted to get this on the GameCube. It is boxed and complete, in lovely condition. It's in this little baggie. I'm going to get it out of the bag. Fantastic condition. There is a free which I'd like to get. This was £7. So I figured why not. But I'll be honest with you, I've got a modded Wii. I've got most of it all, on ISO. But it's nice every now and again to get to have the original. So I'm really pleased to finally get this. Now, next game I got is a Saturn game, and I had no intentions, no plans whatsoever in getting a Saturn games. Most of my Saturn games are Japanese. I've got about 15 titles, and that's all I have. But I would like to play some of these, shoot 'em ups and beat 'em ups that Saturn's really known for. But of course, as you know, they are pricey. I'm not going to spend £200-300 on the game just to play it a few times and then put it up on the shelf to dust, because that's not me. So I was thinking of modding the Saturn, but I've got no real experience in modding Saturns. So I figured the only other solution is the action replay. You can actually soft mod that, and it will allow you to play imports and backups without having to fiddle around with the insides of the Saturn. But saying that, for the once only though, you do need to get into the Saturn in order to get the disk cartridge to put the program on to get it to work. So I just needed a really cheap Saturn game, and this was a £5, and that is FIFA 96. It's in lovely condition though. It's beautiful condition. It is box complete. So, I didn't really want to get a really naff, worn out Saturn game. If it's the only Saturn game I'm going to have, at least have it on display and it looks nice. So, £5. Just mainly to use it to mod the cart. It's good enough for me. So, yeah. Actually, I really enjoyed this back in the day on the PlayStation. I still got my copy actually. But, FIFA 96 for £5. Figured why not? As I said, it's just basically to put that little model hack onto that action replay cart. And the final game that I got is a game that I did own back in the day for the PlayStation 1. Now, the chat wanted, it was 35, so I asked him if he would take it for 30. And for the PlayStation 1, it is Final Fantasy 9. Now, this is actually my favourites in the series. I do like 7. Loads of good memories of 7, but my favourite's got to be number 9. Love it. Great story. The characters. So on and so on. As you can see there, £35, if you can see that. I asked him if he would take it for 30. And he said, yeah, why not? I think it was coming up to closing time, so he figured, why not? He did also have, for the TurboGrafx 16, Parasol Stars. Now, he wanted 60 for that. I mean, I was so tempted to ask him if he would take 50 for it, but it was complete, but not complete, because the TurboGrafx 16, it comes in the CD, you've got the cart inside, you've got the manual, but it also comes with a box. I don't know if I've got one down there. No, it's down there somewhere. I can't be able to get it. So it was just the CD itself. It didn't come with the box, and he wanted £60 for it. I was tempted to ask him if he'd, take it for 50, but then my budget. I really didn't have the budget. It would leave me sort of like pretty much nothing for the rest of the 2 days that I was there. So I let it go. But I really did wanted it. But at the same time, in my head, I wanted a Japanese version. And the Japanese version does go for about 80 to 90, if not £100. But I just had to let it go. So I just went for Final Fantasy 9. I owned it back in the day. It was my favourite in the series. So, yeah, still pleased to get that. Very pleased, actually. So that was really it from the market. And then I had some couple of MSX games and Dragon 32 games sent to my mum's house from Attic Bug, because it would be cheaper, it was free postage going to my parents' house rather than coming here, which I ended up paying, £10 postage. 4 games in total, 2 on the MSX and 2 on the Dragon. Now for the MSX, and they're kind of pricey really. This was £14, and that's Sweet Acorn. Sorry about the glare there. It's a potato game. It doesn't have any screenshots, I'm afraid. No, there's no screenshots. It is a potato game. Don't know if it was in the arcade. Probably was, but there you go. Sweet Acorn. Great little cover there. It's a fun QT game. Fortunately, there's no graphics screenshots, so I can't show you any. But that was £14. Next game is a game called Chopper by Acasoft. Used to do loads and loads of games for the MSX back in the day. Now this is a sort of Zaxxon clone. Again, no screenshots. It's just a tape and the inlay with the menu, and the menu's falling out. £10. That was for the MSX. Now the final two for the Dragon 32. Now this game, a friend of mine had the Tandy back in the day, and the Tandy and the Dragon very similar. And this completes the games that he had back in the day. I've been sort of like on a hunt for all the games that he owned back in the day. So this completes the game that he had back in the day. So now I've got all the games that he had from back in the day. And that is Draconian, which is, sorry about that, yeah, which is Draconian, which is basically a clone of Bosconian by Namco. And it's using their mascot, which is Cuthbert. Yep. Again, no screenshots. Just a tape. Now this was a little pricey actually. This was £20, but I've never seen it come up on eBay. I've seen it once or twice come up on eBay over the years. It's come part of a bundle, and it's normally £60, £70. So for £20 from Attic Bug, it's a no-brainer really. It's finally good to own this game. Been after that game for years. The final game is a game called Toppler. Now this is basically very similar, in fact a clone to Carnival on the ColecoVision Atari arcade game. You see the screenshots there, the cover. Again, I've been after this game for a while, for about a year now. Never comes up. Of course, Antibuck had it, and this was, again, I think this was 14. So very pricey. They do have a nice selection of games, Attic Bug, but very pricey. There is one game I'd love to own. It's called Doodlebug on the Dragon 32, which is basically a clone of Ladybug, but they want £50 for it. So I'm going to sort of hold back. Hopefully it might come down in price. Even if it comes down to $29.99, I'm quite happy with that. But I've not seen that game at all come up anywhere. Now they got two versions. They got one version for £50, and they got another one for £60 or £70, which is in a bigger box. I'm just quite happy to have the smaller version. But yeah, Toppler. So that's about it. Oh no, and then I did get on the Monday, I popped over to Argos because I knew they had it. I actually went looking around for it because there's hardly any game stores in central London, so it's just mostly on the outskirts. So I knew they had this in Argos, so I popped into Argos and get the Sega 3D Classics Collections 2, which has Power Drift, Puyo 2, Sonic, Alter Beast, Galaxy Force, Thunder Blades, Final Fantasy 2, and it's got two Master System games called Maze Waker, Final Fantasy 2 on the Master System, and there is a 10th game that I sort of, I think it was Steve Benway who mentioned it, and the original Fantasy Zone on the Master System. So in total there's 10 games. So yeah, really pleased with that, but I really only wanted it for Power Drift. Love that game, so I spent £24 for that, just for Power Drift, because I basically got Fantasy Zone 1 and 2, Galaxy Force, Thunderblade and Alter Beast. I don't have the Sonic nor the Puyo 2, but I really just wanted it for Power Drift. So I'm really pleased. Fantastic conversion. That was $24.99 from Argos. Then I popped back down to Computer Exchange in Bayswater near us, where my parents live, and I just picked up for the Xbox One Recall. Now, they're describing it as maybe a Mega Man successor. No, maybe the Mega Man successor you've been waiting for. So, I've seen videos out on YouTube. It looks really good, so I figured why not give it a go. And it was cheap. I think it was just £20. Now this I bought off my brother because I was last minute. I thought I'm gonna go and get this game, so I popped down to Sainsbury's because they were selling it for around 35, from what a friend was telling me. But when we went down it was actually 39. But I figured I'm gonna get it anyway, but they didn't have any. So I went back to my brother and told my brother he would sell his copy for 40. I'm happy with that, because he actually got his copy for 30 from an eBay seller. So he was reluctant to let it go, but for 40, I told him you can pop down to Sainsbury's and get a copy there once they have some in stock, and that is of course Gears of War 4. So yeah, really pleased to get that. It also comes with the 4 bonus games, which Gears of War 1, 2 and 3, and the Gears of War Judgment. So yeah, it's complete and playing at the moment. You obviously don't get a manual. So yeah, that's it really. Picked up a couple CDs there as well. What did I get? I picked up the latest album by Madness. Bit of ska there. Empire of the Sun's latest album. Bit of synth pop there. Electronic synth pop. Do like a bit of that. It's an Aussie band. So yeah, I think that's their 3rd album. And I picked up Cinderella. This is their 2nd album, an old 80s rock band. So that was a couple pounds from HMV. And from CEX I picked up on Blu-ray Dawn Planet of the Apes. I do love the franchise. I've got the first one, and I picked this one up on impulse because I do like the film, and that is the original Omen. It's 2-disc. It was just £1 at CEX, so it's in lovely condition. So that's basically. Oh, I did get these 2 CDs as well. I had them sent to my mum's house because I originally had these, but I've got a tower. You see these. So the bottom half, Mr. Plonker over there decides to spray it all. So all the 10 CDs at the bottom were completely weeds and stained, and they stunk. So I decided I want to get those 10 CDs back into the collection. And these are the first 2, and they're Chemical Brothers CDs. Surrender and Push the Button. Fantastic albums. So I really wanted to get them back in the collection. Had to throw the other ones away. Stunkers. Really bad. Anyway, I think that's about it. I think I've waffled on too long. Oh! I forgot to show you these. Now, came back on Tuesday from London. Of course, there's this hype going around about the Nintendo Mini, the Mini NES. I wasn't going to get one, and I didn't have any plans to get one. I've got no need for one. But then I saw this. I think I could get this instead. It would work out better. And it's a Gembox Android TV box. Really cool. Obviously, it comes with a controller. Does come also with a remote, with a reversible remote. So I'm hoping to get that later on. It's really fantastic little unit, really tiny. I've got actually it's in the other room. I would have showed you. And that was €99. If you can see that. You know, perfect for emulation. NES, I've got all my NES games on there. I've obviously got it, some of them on a micro SD card. Emulation, I'm playing Mega CD games, PC Engine CD games, PC Engine, MSX, you name it, it's all there. Commodore 64, it's fantastic. You know, and I was quite happy with that. And I am happy with that. But since coming back from London, I've been feeling a bit depressed. I don't know why, maybe it's missing London, it's missing the lifestyle. And I've had a bad couple of weeks at work, so I've been down in dumps really. So I was watching a couple of vlogs. I was watching Woodland 37's vlogs and also Gashead Steve's vlogs. And the wife enjoys watching them too. And she saw Gashead Steve's vlogs where he's showing the where he's talking about the NES Mini. So next day, she and my daughter, wife and daughter, popped out, did a bit of shopping, came back and brought me this. So, you know, very thoughtful of them, so sweet of them to do that. You know, I was not expecting it at all. I had no intention. I had no intention of buying one. I didn't need one. I was quite happy with this, and this is basically emulation. This is sort of running a custom Linux operating system, really. It's just afforded them buying it. I just didn't. I'm quite safe to say that because they're going to watch this. I just didn't have a heart to say no. So now I've got an NES Mini. Have you all seen it? I'm not going to unbox it. I mean, it's the rage at the moment. I mean, I'm seeing videos now where they can be hacked now. I think the Japanese version of Famicom Mini has been hacked. But yeah, I still haven't opened it because I'm just playing this. What I'll do is I might do a video. I know a fellow YouTuber called Zalala in Portugal. He's asked if I could do a video on it. So I may just do that. It's a fantastic little device. I mean, I do have the video shield in this room, but in the bedroom, you know, when I come home from work tired, don't feel like coming here, just play it in the bedroom. So yeah. And that's basically it, really. I haven't got anything. No, nothing else. So I do still have more items to show you guys. I've got pickups that I've got before going to London. I've yet to show those, so I'll do that hopefully soon. So yeah, that's about it really. So until the next video, bye for now and take care. She's a bit thirsty. Coke. Cheers guys, bye. Sorry, I forgot to show you one more item. As always, I do forget to show you something, and it's a gift I got from a fellow YouTuber, none other than Cojonedeloro. Links below, the child of the arcade, the man himself, the man that likes his cabbage. Yeah, don't know how I'm going to explain this, but this is going back a few years now, probably 3.5, 4 maybe, can't remember. Now I sent him over a Super Famicom game, the Japanese version of Street Fighter Alpha 2. I'm not a massive Street Fighter fan. I like the occasional beat 'em up, but I'm not massive into beat 'em ups. But yeah, so I had no use for it, so I was more than happy to send it over to him. Not expecting anything in return whatsoever, not at all. It was going to a good home, that's all it mattered. But I did mention, because at one point he was giving away some t-shirts that was designed by the Highlander, I think, where it's got the rising sun at the back, you know, the Japanese rising sun, and it had a sort of cartoon image of him, Cojonedeloro himself, at the front. I just thought those t-shirts were really cool, and asked him if he had any left. I'm more than happy to pay for them, for one. And he said, not to worry mate, I'll arrange one for you. And 3 years ago, played Blackpool, he brought one along. So, chuffed to bits. Thought no more of it. I think 2 years ago, again at Play, I think I don't even know how this came about, but his pickups that he got at Play, and he's talking about Monsieur Alessi and the sort of story behind it. You've probably seen the video. And I didn't also but then I mentioned something about Last Battle. Now, I owned that game back in the day, but I had the Japanese version. Now, Last Battle is basically Fist of the North Star. It's based on the comic and anime, you name it. I did mention to him that I did see Last Battle there, but it was just the European version, the PAL version. But I didn't really want that version. I was more after the Japanese version, because the PAL version, they've taken off the gore. Because in the Japanese version, when you hit someone, their heads sort of explode, flies off and explodes and blood pours out. It's really gory. But the official version, the PAL version, they just fly off the screen. And so I was just saying at one point I'd love to get that game back into the collection. The game's nothing special, but I owned it back in there and I sort of liked it. He tells me he had a copy. I went, really? He's quite happy to give it to me. I was going, oh, I'm not asking you to give it to me, I'm quite happy to buy it off me. But he goes, no, you gave me that Super Famicom game. About, mate, you gave me the t-shirt. I was, you know, no, I'm quite happy to pay for it. No, I'll send it over to you, don't worry, mate. And true to his word, he did. And here it is. After all that waffling, Fist of the North Star. I've already taken it out of the packet. It came in, it was nicely wrapped box, and then it was in a jiffy bag inside. I've already taken it out. It arrived on Friday afternoon. It's in great condition for its age. Not too bothered at all. Had a bash it already. The manual has seen better days, but honestly I'm not bothered at all. I mean, it's given it to me for free, so I can't complain. So yeah, probably a little ironing out. It's good as new. Cartridge is in lovely condition, you know. So I'm really pleased with that. Thanks a lot, mate. You didn't have to, but I'll be delighted saying I'm chuffed to bits and you giving me this game. You know, this game on eBay, from an eBay seller in Japan, tends to go for about £30, £40. So mate, just to give it to me for free, I'm so chuffed. Really humble, mate. So yeah, Fist of the North Star. Finally got this game into my collection, and that's really it. So once again, many thanks, mate, for doing that. I'm speechless, really am. So I'm going to play some more of that now, and I forgot to show you one more. I can tell with it, this already am. That I got in London from Maplins, and I got one of these little drones. I don't know if you can see that. I'll take it out of the box. It's called a Neutron Propel. Has a camera, 2 megapixel camera. I mean, I do have a big one over there, but I think it makes a freaking hell of a noise, and flying on a balcony, I'm sort of like, you know, neighbours listening on me, and kind of embarrassing. So I just got this little one so that I can zoom it around in the house. And I got that at Maplins. It was 60, but it was on sale for 50, so I figured why not. Comes with a little control, tiny little control there. Apparently you can only charge this through a PC. It doesn't come with any adapter. You can't use a phone adapter, nothing. It has to be charged through a PC. So yeah, comes with spare blades in case anything goes wrong. You see the manual, and you can use a little charger there. So yeah, I'm really pleased with that. Zimming it around in the house, cat's going wild with it. So I do believe that is it. I think I've waffled on enough as it is. Probably bored on my voice. I can't see anything else. As I said, I do have some more pickups to show you guys. Hopefully get that video up shortly. Yeah, so that's it. Bye for now, and take care.